Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Review. Well, howdy my lovelies and welcome to another video. This delightful spring day where we have a beautiful dusting of snow. I'm bringing you my April 2024 TBR. It is very early in the morning because I have some appointments today and I know my day is just going to get away from me, so I'm like starting the day with this. I am so excited yet overwhelmed for April. It's going to be fantastic. Like really, I can't believe it's already April already. We are a fourth of the way done with a year. April has some intense things coming up, right? It is tax day, aka D-Day is coming up. I'm feeling a little better about it, but still it's terrifying. I get a pit in my stomach. I'm scared of how it's gonna play out, you know, that's how it goes. But also it will feel good once it's passed. And my sister's gonna come stay the beginning of April. And there are a shit ton of new books coming out. There also is a new opportunity that came my way for a new advanced listening PR group that was started. It was started by invite only, and it's done directly by some narrators. I'm very excited. It's called Must Love Audio, and I'll hopefully start getting some of my copies from them. So we're going to talk about a few of those in this. A couple different book clubs I'm a part of, and a crap ton of new releases. I even got rid of a couple, like just myself. I was looking and I was like, okay, there's a couple of these arcs that I'm just not going to get to, and I just let myself decide that now. And I think that was a good decision for my mental health to make ahead of time, because when I tell you that this time around my arc and new releases list is a full page. Like, I know my ring light won't let you see it, that's okay, but this is a full page of arcs and new releases. And I don't know how I've gotten to this point. I don't know how this happened to me. And there's always some that will show up that aren't even on this list, you know? So, yeah. But it's all right. It's all right. I'm loving it. It honestly is a dream as a book reviewer to be so blessed to have so many books to be reading early and, to be honest, reading for free. You know, arcs are something that you get to read for free when you do that. I have a video coming, I believe it'll be Tuesday or Thursday, that is places you can get books for free to help like lower the cost of your reading. And arcs are a huge part of that, because authors don't ask a lot. They really just ask, you know, that you review their book, and if you can, to talk about it if you like it. And, you know, that's a blessing to get to do. I try to not put that like above other things and not make it extra special that I get to do that, you know, because authors don't necessarily deserve more hype just because you read an arc of something, but it definitely helps the excitement level of some things, you know. And I do know that I do influence what people buy, right? Like, I know that. I also know that based on the clicks that happen off of links that I leave you guys. You know, a lot of you, I can tell that a lot of you do use the links that I put down below, whether you're purchasing through that link and I get a sale off of it, or you just using that link to add it to your cart or to add it to a list. Like, I see that. So I do take it very seriously, the books that I review and the books that I talk about, because it has real effect in authors and other readers' lives. So sorry that was a little like speech in it. I just wanted to, you know, kind of clarify that, though sometimes it may appear as being ungrateful or whining about, oh, all the free books I'm getting. I don't mean it that way at all. I am always blessed to get arcs. I really try not to take unsolicited ones in anymore because I barely have time for the ones I do say yes. Whether it's the tiniest author who's asking me to read their debut book, or it's an author I've been on their arc team for years, or I get lucky enough to win an arc off of something, I still feel a thrill and a joy when I have, whether that e-arc or that physical arc in my hand. I feel the blessing that it is, that someone shares their work with me, and I want to be a good steward of it. So when I see this list of how many books I've said yes to, I have to look at myself and be like, Jen, if you want to be a good steward of all of these books that are given to you, that was a very churchy word I used. I know that's something we use in my be a good steward of what the Lord has given you. But anyway, I want to be a good, be responsible for the books that I get given. And that means I need to learn to say no to some more things. But so far we're doing well. And now that's enough of that up front. Let's get into everything. Let us, as always, start off with my Patreon books that I'll be reading. I have 8 lovely ladies that I annotate a book for them every month. And usually they're books I've already read before, but sometimes they're books that I haven't. So the book that I haven't read before is Egomaniac by V. Keeland. I believe I've seen this one around before. I haven't read a lot by V. Keeland. I've read a few. I think I've read some of their co-authored books, probably is the ones I've read the most. But ones that I have read before that I will be annotating, I'm going to be rereading My Darling Duke. It's been quite a while since I've read this one, I have to say. So very excited to reread that. We'll be on to God of Ruin. I'm loving rereading them. Just this morning, as of me filming this, the announcement came that Bloom acquired the rights to this series. So that's wild. We'll have all summer to buy copies of these if we want them. But it's really no surprise. I had already seen God of Fury show up in Barnes & Noble. And when that happens, it's usually a sign that a series is going to get picked up, right? I saw that happen with Sophie Lark's books. I saw that happening with Anna Huang's books. I saw that happening with Lauren Asher. When they are selling enough that Barnes & Noble starts purchasing them or getting them on their shelves up front like that, it's usually a sign it's coming, But anyway, we'll be rereading God of Ruin. This one is Landon, and I'm very excited to reread this one. I'm loving revisiting that series. Then I'm going to reread Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. I have been wanting to reread this anyway, so when one of my patrons, Allie, was like, I'd like to do these ones or this one, and I was like, let's do it. The spin-off books of these, Stay and Good Boy, are actually getting done by Bloom as well. I think Bloom's doing them. Is Bloom who did these? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's Bloom who's doing these ones. It's been a long time since I read these ones, so I am excited to reread that one. Then I will be on to the third book in the Fallen World. I'll be annotating that. One of my patrons actually sent me her copy of this, so for March, I reread the first one. April I'll be doing, or no, it was February for that one. Yeah, either way, I'm rereading in this book. So I'll be on to the third one, The Queen of Everything, I think is the last one. I don't know. Then the book that is getting read for the team for Patreon. The Patreon read is Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I finally will be reading this. This has been on the last couple TBRs, and I was waiting for the audiobook which is coming out this next week, but Hockey Romance was the prompt this month for April, and Unsteady won by a pretty big margin. So this is also a 12 Recs from 12 Friends. It's now also a patron exclusive review, so it's gonna happen for sure this time, right? It's gonna happen. Okay, then let's talk about a couple of book clubs. So for my book club with the Paperback Fanfiction Club, I will be reading Chasing the Sun, which I do have a 2-volume of these, so I need to get started soon. But Mel bound these for us, so in the way that I did Love and Other Historical Accidents, we're going to do Chasing the Sun. This is a Snamini. It is one of the most loved Snaminis, so it has been recommended to me by Ashton for literal years. It's her favorite. And I'm really excited. I know this is like a long-term fic. Like it starts when Hermione's 15 and goes for many years, you know, because there's nothing physical between them till she's older. But yeah, I'm so excited. And I love these so much that Mel sent these to me. These are going to be in a book haul, but I also wanted to say I was lucky enough to get a like paperback set of her Manacled. And I'm so excited. I want to reread these and annotate these so bad. These are so cute. I love them. So anyway, I have not set the date for this book club yet because I'm just waiting to see what my April is going to look like. Or will it be April? Actually, it'll be mid-May when we do it, I think. But we will be having Voyager. We have the live show for Dragonfly and Amber will be the end of next week. It's the May 30th, I believe is when it is. So I will then, you know, allow 6 weeks to do this one as well. So it should be mid-May that we're doing the book club for this one. So keep an eye out on my community page and my Instagram for once I announce when this one will be. The books start to get significantly bigger with this one, but I still think 6 weeks will be a good amount of time if people are able to get their library holds. But very excited to reread this, especially after the emotional roller coaster of Dragonfly and Amber. I'm always so excited to go on to Voyager. Voyager and Drums of Autumn are my most reread books in the series, actually, because I just love them so much. It's fantastic. Okay, and then some other books that I picked. I have 2 books that I have physical copies of. So I did a cheap, like these are slightly damaged copies, and I ordered a couple from J.L. Beck. And so I ended up, actually I was really happy because I got a copy of her most recent release, which is The Wallflower. This is #1 in the Oakmont Elite series, and this one I believe is a bully romance. It says it's Maybelle Jacobs, and she's quiet and shy, and then she has a chance encounter with the hero in this one, which I don't know what is his name. I don't know if it like says it. Drew. She has a chance encounter with him, and then she hates him for no reason. He's a walking red flag, and she doesn't know that all of her disgust fuels his obsession with her. So sounds like a bully romance. It was giving me, you know, Rena Kent vibes. So I wanted to try this. But again, I got 2 books from J.L. Beck because they had their books, I think they were only $10. And once in a while I like to try that. So it was, you could get signed copies for only $10, and it was random picks. And because I've only read J.L. Beck books that are co-authored, I just was like, let me see what comes my way. And so I have The Wallflower. Then I have one that was sent to me by the author. This is Love You From Afar by Morgan Page. This was sent to me. Both of her books that are out were sent to me. And this one, I believe, will actually be a cheating romance, but I've seen really good things about it. And I know that the person who like gets cheated on gets the next book. So we'll see how it goes. I don't always like to read that, but I'm willing to try things. And I love that she sent me these. This one says, I always thought a person had to be a ghost to haunt you. But Everett Thompson is very much alive. And to make matters worse, he's my fiance's brother. For years, I promised myself I would stay away from him. I tried putting as much distance between us as possible, yet here we are on a 12-hour road trip together. With each mile that passes, I'm reminded of that night under the stars, the night that changed my life forever. Before the trip started, ground rules were set that we both agreed to follow, but the further we drive into the mountains, the more the rules seem to break. He's always been my greatest weakness, and he's only gotten harder to resist over time. For 3 years, I've tried to douse the fire burning between us, but fear is the trip but I fear this trip will be all it takes to send everything up in flames. So, this is a forbidden, possibly cheating romance, it sounds like. But you know what? I'm willing to be open to things sometimes. Then I want to listen to Empire of Sin. This is a 12 rec from 12 Friends. This is Daniela's rec. I've also had this one on a few times, and I do have the audiobook for this. So it's time to reread that one. I have Homebound by Lydia Hope. This one is also on the 12 Recs for 12 Friends and also in my book rec form. So I had this one on my list before and then didn't quite get to it. And then there is Blurry by Michelle Hercules, which this is I think this is a forbidden student-teacher romance that someone put in my book rec form, and it just caught my eye. You know, when I make my TBR, I go through the book rec form and just see what I'm feeling that month, and those were what I was feeling. So, now let's get into the mammoth list of upcoming releases and arcs. I'll go through these kind of quickly because a lot of them were talked about in my anticipated reads video, but there have been even more books that have popped up since then. So let's go through what we have. There is Black Oasis #2 by Lily Mayne and Nicole Knight. They have not told us what this name is, but it is coming on April 1st. Interesting day to release a book. We don't have a name yet, and it is like 10 days away from coming out. So there's that, but I will probably get an arc of that. I don't remember if I got one for the first book in the series. If I don't, I'll still grab it and try to get to it when I can. The first one in the series was like the angstiest that I've ever read from Lily Mayne, but it was very intriguing. On the 3rd, we have Mafia Devil by Mila Finelli. This is going to be an MM novella in the world. Can't wait. The 4th has Poisonous Kiss by Jagger Cole. Now, I've shared I didn't sign up for any more arcs from Jagger Cole. However, I'm still like going to read the books. It's just I don't want to read arcs because I haven't been vibing them as much. But sometimes I'm still in the mood for him. So I'm not like writing him off. I'm just not going to sign up for arcs anymore so that I don't have to feel like I need to be as diplomatic. You know, guys know, because when I read the arcs of these, I'm very rarely going to slam a book or an author unless I really, really hate it. And the last couple Jagger Coles I've just felt kind of meh about, and I haven't wanted to like go hard on them, but I'm still gonna, I'm still gonna give it a go. There is Calamity Rain Gets Hitched by Lydia Michaels. So I somehow ended up on a PR team for Lydia Michaels. Like, I don't remember when I signed up for it. I know I did. It's not like I was just swooped into it. But there also hasn't been a release from her in a while that wasn't like a re-release of something. But yeah, this one, I got an arc for it. And I've been asked to do a little promoting for it. I'm not doing a ton because, like I said, I don't even know how I'll feel about this book. But I'm going to try to read this arc and we'll see how it goes. Till All the Seas Run Dry by Eliza MacArthur. I haven't been told I'm getting an arc of this one yet, but I'm pretty sure I will. I got an arc of Hold Fast. And I really love Soft Flannel Hank, and this is the next book. This one is a fated mate, a vampire, and a Silky, I believe, is the couple. Lots of angst, lots of like star-crossed lover stuff going on. And I can't wait to read it. Like, honestly, I'm so excited. I've loved both books I've read from her. Particularly Hold Fast is just top tier book for me. Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I did just get an email last week that her new like PR team for this one, the Periwinkle Pony, I will be getting at least a e-arc of this book. I'm hoping Bloom sends me this one as a physical book. I don't know if they will. I don't know. I haven't gotten anything from Bloom for a while, but I just filled out the new influencer form for spring, so hopeful. But either way, I'm getting an e-arc of this on the 26th, so it's coming soon. And I'm very excited. Aurelia by SM La Violette. I never know if SM's books are going to come out when they say they will. Honestly, they get canceled and moved around so many times. I'm not sure. But if it comes out, I will be reading it. This will be the last like full-size book in the sister series. And then there's going to be a Christmas novella that I think is about the brother or else the youngest sister. I don't even know. But I will be reading Aurelia as soon as it comes out. Sir, Yes, Sir by L.L. Ash. This is another book in her like Forbidden Age Gap series. And I've loved the other two books, so I'll be reading this one. Forgive Me for My Sins by Angel Anders. This is an author I've never read before, but I saw the ARC apps for these ones and I gave it a try. That's something I'm really trying to do that has made my TBR so much bigger, is I'm trying to read some ARCs of like new to me authors and not just the ones that like everyone else is clamoring for, if that makes sense. And I'm going to see how that goes for me, because sometimes it's fun, you know. Just This Once by Lena Hendricks. This will be the start of the King series, the spinoff from her Sullivan series. Kings and Monsters by Cleo Evans. I didn't sign up for an arc of this one. I just saw the cover and I wanted it. I have not read any other Cleo Evans, and this is like 3 or 4 in a series, but I love this cover. I love monster romance. I need it, and I will have it. Okay, I will have it. Of Blood and Aether by Harper Hawthorne. This is one that I signed up for with the fantasy promo group that I've really been liking, Nerd Fam. They've mostly all had fantasy recs, and I got an arc of this one, so we'll see how it goes. The Stranger Iwed by Harper St. George comes on the 23rd. There's a lot of books on the 23rd. No surprise, this is one I've had the arc since October, but I don't usually get to my arcs that early. It's too early for me. But yeah, The Stranger Iwed will be the start of her new series. I think it's another one set in New York during the Golden Age. Is it the Golden Age? Now I've forgotten what it's called. Not the Golden Age, but I forgot what it is. But her New York series that's like set in the United States. Duh, that's where New York is. Cage of Ice and Echoes by Pam Godwin. Okay, now when I'm filming this, last night was my interview with Pam. You can actually go and watch it here. We kept it mostly non-spoiler, but it is pretty focused on Hills of Shivers and Shadows. The first half, like I said, is non-spoiler for it. There's a warning when we talk spoilers, but I am so excited for this. She shared with me that she's been writing about 20 hours a day because she has a pre-order set for this. It's coming on the 23rd, but she's not done yet. And I'm on the ARC team for this. Thank you, Jesus. And we're set to get ARCs on April 9th. So that's even less time, right? April 9th is when the ARCs are set to come. And guys, I can't tell you how obsessed I am with this series. Like, I'm scared for what's coming, but I'm also so enthralled because I just love the stories that she tells. And Hills of Shivers and Shadows is one of the darkest things I've read lately, but it also is one of the most engrossing stories I've read. Like, I could not look away. So I'm very interested to see what Cage of Ice and Echoes means. That's a riddle we're given at the end of the last one, where there's supposed to be some answers to a lot of questions that were left. And I'm excited. So it's going to be good. The Lovely Dark by Juliet Cross, Grace Draven, and Zoe. Not Grace Draven. Dang it, I forgot it. Either way, this is an anthology. There's a beautiful hardcover of this that is going to be like, there was a pre-order for it and everything. I was given an arc of this and I didn't get to it yet. I feel bad, but again, I don't really read my arcs that far ahead of time, so I'm hoping to get to it soon. A new one that I'm excited about that I wasn't even thinking about until after I read the first book. There will be Seeing Red by Bailey Hannah. I didn't sign up for an arc for this one. I actually missed being able to sign up for one because I didn't read Alive and Wells until last week. I read it during the Romance Takeover Readathon and I loved it so much. It was a cowboy / like cattle rancher in Canada romance, and I enjoyed it so much. So it was a debut author. It was the first in a series, and I thought it was done so well. So I cannot wait to read Seeing Red. I will grab that as soon as it's out. King of Sloth by Anna Huang. I don't have an arc for that one. I am, again, waiting to see if Bloom sends anything for that one. Usually they make arcs available to us soon, but either way, I'll read King of Sloth as soon as it comes out. I do have a physical copy pre-ordered because I pre-ordered the Barnes & Noble covers. Then There is Flurry by Allison Rhymes. This is one that's going to be an MMF hockey romance. This is an author I've never tried before, but I ended up signing for the arc of it. There's also Older by Jennifer Hartman, which I didn't sign up for an arc of this one, but it's going to be a forbidden age gap. You know, I'm here for it. And I haven't read a Jennifer Hartman in a while. Very intrigued by this one. Okay, then I have 2 of those audio arcs that I signed up for with Must Love Audio. So there is Project Duke by Mariah Stone. This book is already out. The audiobook is already out as well, but as is some cases with audiobooks, sometimes you get an advanced copy of the audiobook and sometimes you just get a code so that you can read and review it, right? So Project Duke is by Mariah Stone. I've never read a book by her. This is a historical, and I love that there was an arc available for this. Shane East is in this one. And then Trust Me by Tiffany Peterson. So this one, there will be an audio arc available. We'll see if I get it. I signed up for it. But when I was going through my viewer rec form, right, and I picked out a few books from there, this book showed up. I'd already signed up for this arc. I didn't even know that someone had put this in the form. But while I was picking out other books, this one popped up and I was like, oh, crazy. So I will be reading that if I get the arc given to me, or the ALC given to me. But it's good to know that one of you also recommended it to me. So this one is a billionaire, and I believe it's a forced marriage type situation. Like he catches her spying and then forces her to marry him. I think that's what it said. So, all right, that is everything I currently have on my April TBR. It's a biggin', but I'm very excited about some of the things coming. I'm always excited for new books, no matter how overwhelming it might make me feel. I'm still always excited for it. So let me know which books you're excited for. Which ones are you excited for me to read so I can tell you about them? Make sure you like this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because as I read those books, I will weekly talk about it. Don't be a silent viewer. Make yourself known. Subscribe to the channel. Say hi down below. And turn on notifications so you know when I'm talking about that book you're excited for. Thank you so much for watching, my friends, and we'll see you next time. Bye.